guys, welcome back to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleacher. This channel is all about planning, budgeting, paying off debt, and hopefully one day retiring early. So if those are topics that you are also interested in, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, I just wanted to quickly go over a couple things with you, and then I've got to head out to the bank to pick up the cash for the envelopes. I did redo my Sinking Funds 2020 overview. This and all the worksheets I used today are available on my Etsy shop. But I just updated everything because we have added some categories, we've taken some categories away, we've changed amounts. For example, we recently took our dogs to the vet and we did not have enough in our cash envelope for that. So next year we're going to make sure we have enough so that when that expense comes up, we can fully pay for it. So next May, we need to have $480 in there. So that's just one example. I changed some goals to not applicable because I've decided I'm not going to just stop when I get to a certain amount for car maintenance, for example. I'm just going to keep adding to that envelope because I know that car repairs will come up in life and sometimes they can be quite pricey. So why not keep going with that? The same thing with emergency funds and clothes and shoes, which is a new category this week. Okay. There was one category that I was going to add that I did not, and it was one of my viewers' suggestions. And by the way, I love your suggestions. I always consider your suggestions. I don't think I've ever gotten a bad suggestion. I just can't always do your ideas because it just won't work for our family. The suggestion was to add home repair, which I thought was a great idea because we recently had plumbers come out and it was quite pricey. And I'm afraid we're going to have to dip into our sinking funds to cover some of that cost once we finally get that bill. But anyways, so that's why that suggestion was made. But I also updated our budget, and it's unfortunately, if you watch my last budget with me video, those amounts aren't correct. So I'm going to go over all of that in my weekly budget check-in on Tuesday. So I don't want to bore you with that right now. But after I updated our budget, I realized once our insurance kicks in, we're going to be short by $13 every month, which isn't a huge amount. And I'm sure we're going to be able to make it up in other categories like gas seems to be consistently. We don't spend as much as we budget for. But still, knowing that I'm going to have a negative balance of 13 every month already, I don't feel comfortable adding another sinking fund at this point in time. So that might be coming later in the future. So here's all my new sinking funds. We're going to fill this out when I get back from the bank. And then this is my slip that I fill out before I go to the bank. So I use the information that I've written down from my sinking fund overview. I put that information here, and then I'm going to calculate how much of each denomination I want for each of these categories. Then I write down the total number of bills needed, the total dollar amount needed, and then I put the same information from these two rows into these two columns. I cut this out and then I take it with me to the bank. So I'm going to do all that, but I'm going to put it on fast forward and music and put music in the background for you so you can just kind of watch and see what I do. And then I'm going to head to the bank and I'll be back and it'll just seem like a few seconds to you. Okay, here we go. I am back It has been several hours for me, but only a few seconds for you. Let's jump right in. So these first two envelopes, food and miscellaneous, they're part of my cash envelopes, which are money that gets spent every week, versus sinking funds, which are basically savings. So these are just going to set aside because they don't get any cash. But I'm still getting my spending money in cash, and I'm going to get 40. So let's see how much I have to start with. $20, $40. Let's add 40 more. So that should make 80. 20, 40, 60, 80. Which is awesome. The new thing that I am saving for is a color printer and a silhouette so that I can make my own planning stickers at home. I love all the stickers you can get from Etsy, but I'm having a hard time spending money on that. I don't want to spend money on that anymore, so I'd rather buy the equipment and make it myself. So that's where I'm going. Okay, next we have Christmas. Let's see how much we have to start with. 1, 2, 250. So we're starting with 250. And we're going to add 25 today. 25. Okay. So now we should have 275. 1, 2, 50, 60, 70, 75. Perfect. Sorry, I'm going to try to stop saying perfect. I notice I say that a lot in these videos. So we have 275. Okay, birthdays is next. And the next birthday coming up is my husband's birthday in July, beginning of July. And every family member gets $50 on their birthday. $100 on their birthday. So this is going to bring us up to $100. So we are ready for his birthday. After him, the next birthday is not until September. So we have some time to save up for the next birthday. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. Yay, we're all set. You know, I don't track individual envelopes because up until this point, I've really just been adding and adding and adding and not really taking away. But we have some things coming up. We have my husband's birthday coming up. We have our anniversary coming up. So I think I'm going to start tracking how much I have in my envelopes. I'm going to create a new worksheet for that, and I'll show it to you next video that we do cash envelopes. Okay, so anniversary is actually on Monday. We have $100, and this is what we've decided to do. Since we are practicing social distancing, we're not going to go out. This money was originally so that we could go out and have a nice night and not worry about the cost of it, but we're not going to go out. Instead, we're each going to take $50. My husband is saving up for a computer, and as you know, I'm saving up for a color printer and a silhouette machine. So that's where that money is going to go. It's going to go towards our savings. But we are adding $5 today. Let's see, I forgot to do the birthdays. So we had 75. We added 25, so that's 100. Anniversary, we had 100. We're adding 5, so that's 105. Next up is car maintenance. Car maintenance is getting 10 today, and I already have 100. So we have 100. We're adding 10, so that should be 110. There we go. Oh, by the way, all of these envelopes, I made these, and they are available in my Etsy shop, Life in Envelopes. I'll put a link in the description box below. Okay, next is back to school. Let's see how much we have. 100. And we're going to add 10. So now we have 110. If this is your first time watching me, the reason why I have large bills is because during the last stuffing, I consolidated all my small bills into larger bills. So that's why I have some big bills in there. So 100 and 110. Okay, vet. I think this is empty because we just took the dogs to the vet, yes. So, and unfortunately we did not have enough money to pay them, so that came out of our budget, which was disappointing. But now we're going to be ready for next year. Okay, so nothing to start with. And we're going to add $20 today. So then that means we'll end with 20. Okay, next is Amazon. We're going to add 5 today. Let's see how much we have. We have 15 and we're going to add 5. This is just for our annual Amazon membership. I think that's what you would call it. So we had 15 and we're adding 5 to make 20. Did I do that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, next is car registration. Let's see. Okay, so we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So we're starting with 90 and we're going to add 15. So that should bring us to 105. Let's see, 10 and 5 is 15. Okay, let's count that, make sure it's 105. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 105. Okay, perfect. Oh, I said it again. We can make that a drinking game. Every time I say perfect, you take a drink. Okay. Vitamins. This was new last envelope stuffing. It was new because it's a fee that comes up twice a year that I was not accounting for, and it's a big one. So I need a sinking fund for it. Okay, so we had 10. We're going to add 10. So now we have 20. Okay, so emergency. This is actually an emergency fund for our emergency fund. So that way if we ever have to use money from emergency fund, then we have a second fund to immediately put money back into that fund. And this money, and this envelope will constantly be growing, hopefully. That's the plan. Because our emergency fund doesn't grow. This will grow, so hopefully that all makes sense. Okay, so we had 20. We started with 20 last week, or last time we did this. We're going to add 20 today, so we should end with 40. There we go. Okay, and I'm adding a brand new envelope today. Clothes. So when we first started this journey, my thought about clothes and shoes was that we're just going to try to make do until all our debts are paid. But I didn't take into consideration my youngest son. See, my husband and I, and my teenage son, we're not growing. So we can wear the same clothes, the same shoes for quite a while. But my youngest son, he's still, getting taller. He's only 9. So he's getting taller. His feet are growing. So we had to buy him some clothes this week. And that we had to pay out of pocket for that because we didn't have a sinking fund for it. So I'm going to start a sinking fund mostly for my youngest son. So $10 this week. We had nothing to start with. So we're going to end with $10. Okay, so let's add all of this together. Okay, so let's start with how much we had to start with in our envelopes. $760. Today we deposited $155, so 760 plus 155 means we should have 915 in there now. Wow, is that right? Do we have almost $1,000? Let me check that again. 760 plus 155. Yes. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. I mean, next time we're not going to get to 1,000 though, because we do have anniversary coming up, so we're going to lose 100 there. But still, that's so cool. Okay, now let's check our new balance and make sure it equals 915. If we did everything right, then it should equal 915. I always get so happy when it works out. It means I did everything right. Okay, so 915. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel already, please do that. I'm trying so hard to get to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks, guys. Bye.